So for the last 4 weeks, I haven't put on a single swipe of makeup. Not because I was in some sort of experiment or challenge, or because I was doing some kind of video for the purposes of doing that. It's because I couldn't. I was in a position that I couldn't. But now that I'm back, I'm going to tell you all what happened exactly. So 4 weeks ago, my dog Lucy got sick. And for those of you who've been here with me for a while, I might have mentioned her before. She was my sidekick. She was the one on the couch when I filmed, the one who didn't care if I wore lipstick or not. But when she got sick, everything stopped. The camera stayed off, the makeup bag didn't get touched for weeks, and I didn't touch a single thing. And here's what surprised me. No one saw me. I mean, really, no one saw me. I barely left the house. I spent all my attention to her. I just went to the grocery store and did some other basic things. Like, I think I might have gone to the drive-through coffee, essential things like that. And I didn't put on any makeup. And here's the crazy thing. I didn't feel invisible. I thought I would. And I've talked about invisible woman syndrome here before, especially being over 50 and how the world looks at you. But without makeup, I sort of felt free. I'm not saying I gave it all up all the time, but just when I want to. So I looked in the morning one morning, bare face, my eyes were like super tired, and I kind of recognized myself. And that was strange to me because I really had never been in a position like that before. So now that I've come back, I finally opened up my bag and I realized a few things. I didn't need half of the stuff that I was putting on. And so I sort of left some of that behind. I cleaned some of it out. I minimized some of it. And now I'm not really putting on makeup to impress anybody, just more to do something for myself so that I can look a little bit better for my own confidence, not because I had to do something because it was the thing to do or it's the right mindset or just because that's what everybody else is doing. So I'm going to tell you some of the things I did bring back because I brought back about 4 things. And sometimes you might have to get rid of some stuff. And then there's also the rules. Don't wear shimmer after 40. Don't wear your hair this way. Don't do this. Don't do that. I followed those rules for so long, and people who made all those rules are people always trying to sell you something or trying to make things fit into a magazine. But what I decided was I'm going to make the rules that I want to make. So I'm going to show you what are the things that made the cut. The first thing is brows. Now, brows are non-negotiable. The reason why I say that is because I believe that brows are sort of the framing of your face. And I think that it's sort of like the architecture, it's what makes up the composition of your eyes and really sets everything into place. So that is something that I kept. So I kept my palette and my brow brush right here. And then look in the mirror. I did my eyebrows this morning, but I'm going to touch them up a little bit so you can see how I actually do them looking in the mirror. So super simple, okay? It just takes a little powder, a little stiff angle brush, and that was my first thing that I didn't want to give up on, okay? The second thing that I didn't want to give up on is my tried and true, kind of goes along the same lines as the brows, is the mascara. Because at my age, my hairs have shrunk, and it's the one thing that I really enjoy. Again, being on this journey has made me think back at the things that I enjoy to put on as far as makeup goes. So I did a little bit of mascara this morning. I have my curler, nothing really fancy, and then I have my regular mascara. Now, I have a bunch of mascaras. I did keep those because I do use a lot of them, different ones for different things whenever I'm in the mood for. So the mascara, again, number 2 thing that I really wanted to keep. All right, so let's go to number 3. The number 3 is obviously my moisturizer. Now, there's a ton of moisturizers on the market. This one doesn't happen to be a tinted moisturizer, but tinted moisturizers, especially the ones that have SPF in them, are very good. One thing I did not bring back as a staple is my foundation. Now, that might seem kind of weird. Oh my goodness, what? You're not wearing foundation all the time? And to be honest with you, I don't have foundation on right now. I went to work, easy peasy. I don't need foundation at this point of my life. I don't have a lot of redness to my skin, If I did, I could just use a tinted moisturizer, and that would probably do a little bit of that sort of toning down my skin, but it's not a must have. And so what that does is allow my skin to breathe, so that when I did want to wear foundation, maybe on the weekend, or if I just happened to be in the mood, I had some breathing time for my skin. And that was really freeing for myself. So I tried it again today. I went out to work without it on, just my moisturizer, and surprise, I actually felt like a human, which is what we all want to go for, right? So that was a learning experience for me, and sort of a letting go experience. Okay, so now the next thing is lipstick. I mean, I have a ton of lipsticks. I just pulling out my lip plumper. It's a tinted plumper. This is from CoverGirl. You get it at the drugstore, anywhere you buy your beauty products. Super simple, and I have a little bit of a color here, so it's a little tinted. So it gives me a little bit of a sort of a color to my lips. Again, same thing kind of with the brows and your mascara and your lipstick. It sort of all frames the face, sort of all works in synchronicity with each other. It's something that's very doable, right? Especially if you're on the go and you don't, you want something that's very light for the day. I totally recommend this process. And then I left room for those kind of treats. I'm going to call them treats. So treats for the day would be like, if you like blush, let's say. So I like my cream blush. And so what I do is I put it on a little bit like that. And then I got my brush, and then I just kind of dab it in. Now, some of the treats could be like, some of the treats would be like eyeshadow. Okay. So if you like a particular eyeshadow, or like a bronzer, or anything that you find to be something a little extra, something that gives you a little oomph in your makeup routine, but something that's not exactly what I said. It's a treat. It's something that you want to sort of have there as an elective. So I categorize those, some of the extra things that are really, really nice to do every once in a while. You can do them all the time. But for me, it's mostly the eyeshadows and things like that. A little extra, maybe like a primer for my eyelashes if I'm happy to be going out. But the whole point was that it was just sort of freeing, that I was able to pare down everything and feel good about it, right? This time out really helped me to step back a little bit, prioritize, so that I wasn't spending so much time on myself or like my hair or my makeup or whatever. And I was able to prioritize the things that are really important in my life, like my dog Lucy was. Now, since I went through this ordeal with taking care of her, I devoted so much of my time to making sure she got some good veterinary care. She has since passed, and that is another video for another day. I think I did a short somewhere in my YouTube channel where I explain why I was away. It's been a very difficult process, which I would like to really talk about one of these days in another video. That will be soon to come. But I appreciate everybody reaching out to me and talking to me and giving me their well wishes and everything. Lucy was a really, really important part of my life, all of us in our family. And so her loss is just greatly felt. That's why I've kind of been away, also to try to process that whole thing. But now that I'm back, I'm trying to just channel my energy into doing my videos, getting back to my channel, getting back to things I love. I also have a good surprise. I've also thought about expanding my channel a little bit outside of the makeup arena. I will still do beauty and makeup videos, but I want to do some more women over 50 kind of videos, some things that are really important to us, like empty nesting, pre-retirement, some of the things that we go through, some of the unknowns, areas that I'm certainly exploring. I want to do some videos about that. And then also lifestyle, where as you get older, you start traveling more, you start doing more now that you don't have the kids in the house anymore underfoot. And so I'll be doing some of those videos too. So surprise. On Wednesday, every Wednesday, I'll be doing a coffee and conversations in my car. I happen to like doing videos in my car. I always have. I got away from it, but I'm going to go back to doing some videos in my car, some kind of lifestyle topics or some fun conversations, maybe just chit chat about current events. But I'll be doing that every Wednesday, so be looking for that. And then on Friday, I'm going to be doing another lifestyle video. Hopefully, my goal is to do 3 videos a week, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody who listens to my videos, who watches my videos. I really appreciate it so much. I hope you got something out of my tips, especially the whole message behind it. The message behind this video, just to kind of recap, is do what you love because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, right? Not because it's been a habit for so long. It's so freeing. And I'm here to tell you that, give you permission to do that, to just be free of the things that are holding you down and the questions that you have and the things you think you have to do, because you know what? You don't have to do those things. You get to do them if you want to do them. And just that little lesson I learned from taking care of my doggie Lucy has been invaluable to me. It just helped me to take a step back and prioritize what was most important. So anyway, that's how I'm done with the video. I will see you guys on Wednesday when I do my car conversation video. And if you have any questions, if you've been through something like this, if you've explored, you know, a different side of you, or if you've had some freeing moment, let me know in the comments. I'd love to chit chat with you about it. And let's build our community here and kind of root for each other. So I will see you guys on the next video, and I hope you have a great day.